Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I hope you're as weirded out as I am, because I look so weird in neutral colors. Like I'm like, I look so weird. The only thing that's saving me from a complete freak out right now is the fact that I have blue in my waterline and my purple hair, because Jano, I can't. But yeah, welcome back to my channel, and as you can see, today is gonna be a different kind of situation. We're gonna be doing some neutral wearable looks, although this is so uncomfortable. Like, I mean, I'm so used to looking like a psychedelic rainbow that this is kind of freaking me out. Oh my god. If you want to see how I created this easy daytime wearable look, just keep on watching. So we're just going to prime our lids with some concealer, or your base if you have that. I use a mixture of my LA Girl concealer with my Milani 2-in-1 foundation, so I can have a bit more full coverage situation going on. And so I'm going to be using the James Charles palette, and I'm going to be using these shades right here. I'm going to be using Spooky, this, and I'm also going to be using the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. And I'm going to be using Casablanca and Dahlia. So I'm going to dip into No Beans from the James Charles palette, and I'm just going to pat that right into my crease. So as usual, I'm just going to blend this a little bit above my crease. And then I'm going to dip into shade Spooky, which is the black shade. I'm just going to use just a teeny bit just to darken up that crease. Gonna wipe off a little bit of the excess and blend these two together. But I'm really concentrating it in this outer V section. And then I'm going to go into shade 10% Off, also from the James palette, and blend this out. I'm just going to blend this up, but I'm not winging it out. I'm trying to have a little bit of a curve going on. And then I'm going to blend 10% Off with Code James and blend this upwards into my brow bone and bring it a little bit out. So I'm going to use Tune and blend this up into my brow bone just to soften up the edge of Code James. For the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, I'm going to dip into shade Casablanca, and I'm just going to spread that all over my lid. And I'm going to apply this kind of in a cut crease, half cut crease way, without actually doing a cut crease, because I don't want it to be all that neat per se. Just gonna blend this out. Gonna spritz this with a little setting spray. Also from the Masquerade palette, I'm gonna dip into shade Dahlia, give it a little spritz, and just spread that right here in the inner part of my eye. And just so I have that just so I have that little gradient from light to dark here. And then I'm gonna go back into shade No Beans, tap off the excess, and just blend this out, because like I said, I don't want it to have that sharp cut crease look. It just needed to be blended all the way out. And then we're gonna get some, we're gonna blend some into our outer corner. Blend that all out. I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with shade Giza from the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. Okay, so we're done with the eyes for now. We're gonna move on to our face, and I've already put on some primer as usual. I put on my LA Girl Pro Prep, and for foundation, I'm going with my Milani 2-in-1 foundation, and I'm gonna get this place a little bit. And I'm being a bit sparing with this because I don't really want a full coverage situation. And I'm gonna get my brush and just blend it all out. And for concealer, I'm going to be using the same mixture that I used on my eyes, the mixture of my LA Girl and my Milani. For contour, I'm actually going to do a powder contour, so I'm not going to focus on that right now. So I'm just going to blend this out. To set my concealer, I'm going to go in with my Sacha Buttercup. I'm just using a little bit of this. I'm just going to brush off any excess powder. Contour, I'm going to go in with my City Color Contour Effects and the contour shade, and just tap that right below my cheekbones. For blush, I'm going to dip into Cairo from the Masquerade palette because it does have a bit of a more orangey tone and it has some gold flecks in it. So I'm going to tap off the excess and just put that in the apples of my cheeks. For bronzer, I'm going to use 10% off and No Beans from the James palette. I'm just going to mix those two together and just going to mix them together and just put them on the perimeters of my face. Before I do highlight, I'm just gonna spritz my face with some setting spray just to build up some moisture to my face. And I'm gonna use my sponge and just press that into my skin. For highlights, I'm going to be using the shade Dahlia from the Masquerade palette. I'm just going to get a bit on a brush and just put that in the high points of my cheek. Okay, so before we finish our face, let's move on to our lower lash line. I'm gonna get a smaller mirror and I'm gonna go in with the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liner, and this is in, what is this? This is in Electric, and I'm gonna apply that to my waterline. And then from the James Charles palette, I'm going to shade Playground and just gonna blend that right into. I'm just gonna blend that as close to the waterline as possible. Then I'm gonna go back into shade No Beans and just pat that right below Playground. And I'm gonna blend that out with 10% off. And then blend that out with a little bit of Cold James. So we're just following the same gradient that we had on our top line. We're just following the same gradient. For my inner corner, I'm gonna go in with this blue shimmer shade from the Masquerade palette. I'm just gonna tuck that right in here to continue with that blue so I can have that pop of color. And then to highlight my nose, I'm going to go into shade Face from the James Charles palette. I'm going to use a tiny pencil brush and just bring that down the tip of my nose. I'm also going to use that to highlight my Cupid's bow. Okay guys, so this is a finished look. I just did some lipping. I just lined my lips with some brown liner and put on some gloss. I just added some lashes. This is my Lovely Lash JA lashes as per usual. But yeah, this is the final look, and I'm kind of freaking out a bit. Like, I'm not used to looking muted. Like, I'm used to having Roy G Biv on my eyelids. Like, this is so weird. This is so weird. But my liner is sharp, my lashes are popping, and my highlight, as per usual, is glowing for the gods. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to follow me on social media. I'll have them my Instagram and Twitter link down below, and you can check out any of my other videos. I'll leave them up in the iCard and some down below. But yeah, and also, if you like this video and you want to see more, you can click the subscribe button and also click the bell so you can know when I upload. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.